everyone, thank you for joining today. I'm really glad we're all here and we're taking this time to look at Sweetgreen's social purpose work and understand how it connects to our performance and the choices ahead of us. Each of you sees a different part of the story, and bringing those perspectives together will help us move forward with clarity. By the end of this meeting, we should have a shared view of what our purpose means for our teams, our customers, and the future we're building. All right, let's get started. Cecilia, can you touch on what measurable impact our social purpose has on our profitability?
Okay, so from a marketing standpoint, our purpose mostly shows up as brand and customer capital. It doesn't sit on the balance sheet, which is kind of awkward because it's actually what drives everything. When people trust our mission, which is real food, sustainability, and community, they stick with us longer. That means stronger loyalty, higher lifetime value, and lower risk. Employees stay longer too, which quietly reduce our turnover cost. Yes, purpose shows up as expenses in SG&A, and I know that makes everyone nervous, including me, but those costs build long-term brand equity and trust. And right now, with pressure on loyalty, we can actually need that trust more than ever. So purpose can be just a campaign. If it's who we are, it becomes real capital. That kind doesn't appear on the balance sheet, but keeps Sweetgreen relevant, resilient, and people would believe in. And that's it.
Thank you so much for sharing this, Cecilia. Aria, from your perspective, can we continue leading with social purpose while still improving our financial performance?
Alright, so I guess I'll start. We brought in revenue, but sales were down, traffic was down, and margins slipped. Net loss widened too. Honestly, not thrilling. And yet some of this because we made purpose-driven decisions. Food and packaging costs went up because we insisted on sustainable materials and gave people more protein. And labor went up because we paid fairly and kept training people even though sales were... That's the price of having value, I guess. But we are not exactly doomed. We still have 130 million in cash, and the spice sale adds another 100 million, plus equity and about 8 million in savings. The trick is committing to social purpose in ways that don't crush margins. So yes, purpose hits COGS, labor, and SG&A, but we see it as investment, not just cost. So we focus on purpose that also boosts efficiency and traffic. Then social purpose isn't fighting profit, it's reluctantly helping it.
Aria, that's so good. Okay, Ria, relative to social purpose, what form of capital do you think is the most important?
Alright, listen up. If we're talking about Sweetgreen and all this off-balance sheet capital nonsense, there is one thing that matters more than anything else, and as Cecilia said, that is brand and customer capital. Why? Because without trust, because without people believing that we actually stand for something, our sustainability, our sourcing, and our mission, everything else goes up in flames. You can throw all the marketing dollars, media impressions, fancy social purpose campaigns, all you want into the air, but if the customers don't believe us, boom, worthless, just smoke. But when customers do believe in us, when they trust our food, our values, and our supply chain, then we're unstoppable. They come back, they pay the premium, they tell their friends, and they basically do half the marketing for us. That loyalty is the rocket fuel of this company, and you won't find it anywhere on our balance sheet, but boy oh boy, would you feel it in our performance. So yes, brand and customer capital is the most important. It takes our purpose and it turns it into real and tangible results. You cannot see it on the financials, but it drives everything, and if we lose it, trust me, we'll all be on fire.
All right, we get it. So let's talk about how our social purpose fuels our shareholder value. So Nino, what is our unique brand equity to shareholders?
So it's our defensive mode. Our value proposition is making food from scratch. The supplier network is our capital. And over half of our suppliers, they have partnered with us for over 3 years. Yeah, and we use integrated farming techniques, and competitors, they cannot copy, and they use national distributors. And this sustainable supply chain, it makes us resilient to risks. So agricultural regulations, environmental crisis, competitors may spend a billion to cover those crises. So we have intricate and long-term partnership supply chain sustainable, so we can stay here and we show shareholders that we are future-proof.
Thank you for sharing this, Nino. Okay, so it helps us compete and to be resilient, but how does it actually increase shareholder returns?
Well, we haven't paid dividends yet, but in two ways. First, valuation. So Wall Street sees us as a technology company, not just a restaurant chain. So because we have business-led social purpose, or sustainable sourcing is the base of each business operation, and they're willing to pay premium, a higher stock price. And second, sustainability means self-funding, and it means non-dilution. We don't need to issue new shares to raise our money or capital. So original shareholders, they keep their own slice of pie.
That was awesome, Nino. Jarvis, can you tell us what this means for hiring and future employees?
Well, I guess when I think about future employees, I worry. I really do. Because people would feel like the place they work at really cares. And if our social purpose gets weaker, people will feel that, and when employees feel disconnected, everything else starts to droop. Performance, engagement, and even the way they talk about us to their friends. It will be a disaster. But if we stay committed to our purpose, then our employees have something steady to hold on to. Purpose gives them meaning. It helps them feel safe and included, and that reduces turnover, which means we don't have to keep spending money on retraining people, and it creates a culture that supports them when they're overwhelmed and stressed, which honestly happens a lot. They need that sense of belonging. So as much as I worry, I really believe in this. Social purpose helps our people feel seen, and if we want a strong workforce, we have to protect that sense of meaning, even if it's hard, even if it takes resources, because the cost of losing our people would feel much worse.
Alright guys, thank you for sharing. As we wrap up, I want to speak honestly about the environment we're operating in. The political mood right now is intense. People are debating everything from food regulations to workers' rights to climate policy. At the same time, social conversations are shifting fast. Customers care more about transparency, ethics, and how companies treat people. And of course, external pressures like rising costs, supply chain issues, and economic uncertainty affect how everyone feels. All of this creates a mix of hope, worry, and confusion. And that means Sweetgreen's purpose becomes even more important. People look for brands they can trust, especially when the world feels unsettled. Our commitment to real food and healthier communities is what helps people understand who we are, and even when the outside world is changing. Balancing profit and purpose is not easy. But hey, it is possible. We do it by making thoughtful choices and showing how our purpose supports long-term value. When we stay steady, honest, and clear in moments like this, we can move through political pressure and social change without losing our identity. Purpose reminds people why they believe in us. Profit gives us the stability to keep living that purpose. And when we manage both with intention, we remain strong, no matter what the outside world looks like. We can do this, guys.
You thanked everybody, but you didn't thank me.
Oh my god, will you shut up?